Okay, so what you're watching here is training from a side headlock position, but this isn't really about memorizing a technique. It's about understanding a problem and learning principles that can help you continue working when the situation doesn't go according to the plan. Before we even get here, our first priority in self-defense is always prevention. Can I recognize the problem early? Can I avoid it? Can I communicate? Can I de-escalate? Can I leave? Physical confrontation should never be the first option. And our intention is not to make the people paranoid or afraid of the word. Self-defense training should not become fear-mongering. We want people to become more aware, more confident, and better prepared. Confident meaning not false confidence, by the way, without living in constant fear. Yeah, that is also not our goal. But we also have to acknowledge reality. If someone has already secured a strong headlock, let's say, you're starting from a serious disadvantage. In the real world, that person isn't your training partner. They may be stronger, fitter, aggressive, trained, and actively trying to hurt you. And if you're taken to the ground, you may not land on mats. It could be a concrete parking lot, a staircase, or a confined space. So the fall itself can cause injury. That's why, whenever possible, we want to avoid being taken to the ground and work towards regaining control of our movement. Under sudden aggression, fear and freezing are normal human responses. So another part of our training is psychological. We work on functioning through fear and uncertainty using breathing, relaxation, mental rehearsal, and progressive exposure to pressure. The objective isn't to pretend that fear disappears, it's to develop the ability to continue making decisions while fear is present. And this is where principles become more important. A memorized technique may depend on the situation unfolding in a particular way. Real violence doesn't give us the guarantee. So instead of thinking, I learned this technique, therefore this must work, we work from the framework, by the way. So protect yourself, maintain or regain your movement, disrupt the attacker's control, fight dirty, create opportunities, adapt when something fails, and keep working towards safety. If one action doesn't solve the problem, we don't mentally stop, we adapt, we move, we use whenever appropriate options are available to create an opportunity to escape. Of course, we don't begin by throwing students into maximum resistance. Training must be progressive and safe. First, we understand the problem, then we develop the principles, then resistance and pressure are gradually introduced. My responsibility as an instructor is not to injure students in the name of realism, it's to create enough realism to learning while keeping training sustainable. So, this is what we are actually developing: prevention, de escalation, awareness, movement, adaptability, confidence under pressure, and the ability to continue functioning when things don't happen exactly as expected. Because real self defense isn't about performing the perfect technique, it's about avoiding violence whenever possible and being better prepared to respond when avoidance is no longer an option. Thank you. Jai Hind.